Hey guys, welcome to Yessana's Way, vibing with Yessana. I am Yessana. What's going on, guys? We are about to talk about this. Don't play with me. So tell me, y'all heard about Cool J? What's his name? Cool CJ So Cool. Well, I'm on 60SIXOB's channel. Got 4.8 thousand views 1 hour ago. And she said CJ So Cool's girl ex royalty, CJ So Cool's ex-girlfriend is saying that she's blaming Lexi. She called her a white boop, and she is blaming her for CJ So Cool getting shot 4 times. That's just the headline. I didn't even go into the story because you know what? Why would Lexi be jealous of CJ So Cool? Is Lexi a drug addict? Is Lexi out here smoking somebody's crack and doing some damn method, whatever else drugs that got you outside your mind? Let's talk about this. Because when they say when you start pointing fingers, just remember the three that's pointing back at you. Now, royalty in the past has appeared to be the betrayer of CJ So Cool to me from the little bit that I watched. Okay. Royalty, she brought another man, her ex boyfriend, to CJ So Cool's house when he was gone out of town. That is why they had a huge split. And CJ So Cool, this is how long ago I tuned into this. CJ So Cool, he had left her and was like just being friends with his first baby's mom. Okay. So now it's another woman involved with him. He started dating outside the race, I guess, with a white lady. He's dating a white lady named Lexi. And royalty is blaming Lexi. Why would Lexi want to harm CJ So Cool? How long Lexi and CJ So Cool been connected? Let's hear the story. Now I'm interested because I smell poo poo poo. Stop playing with me. This clip is 3 minutes 25 seconds. We're gonna listen to the audio and then I'm gonna give you my opinion.
So Roti explained in a recent video that she tried to go to the hospital to check up on CJ. Somebody was already at the hospital with CJ. It's only one person at a time at the hospital, so Roti had to go back home. Lexi was with CJ at the hospital, making sure CJ was good. So if y'all watched Roti's recent video, she said everybody needs to stop putting the blame on her. She would never do that to CJ So Cool. Basically saying that she would never do that to CJ because CJ's the father of her kids. She would never want her kids to grow up without a dad. Roti's recent video, she said everybody needs to stop pointing the fingers at people. Roti's out here pointing the fingers at Lexi. She said Lexi has something to do with CJ getting shot 4 times, which I don't understand. She's out here blaming Lexi, but she's telling the whole internet stop blaming her. But why you pointing fingers at Lexi? I don't understand. To make it even worse, she called Lexi a white B word. I don't know what's going on in Royalty's head, but as you said, Royalty, stop pointing the fingers. That's what you said. No. Actually, I called you first.
Now listen to this. Royalty. Why do you think the public is assuming you're involved, Royalty, and not Lexi? You know why, Royalty? Because you are suspect. Okay, white people hunt animals, deers, and in woods. Black people hunt their own kind. Okay, black people hunt their own kind with guns, want to go in their houses, not the woods, and rob them. Not white people. Lexi just probably wanted some DI and some drugs. It could have been a little marijuana, a little dranky drank. You understand? But you really try to injure a square dude. Whomever did this, come on. Shame on royalty. Royalty, in my opinion, she has always just been low key hating, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. But I haven't watched them enough to really know or give talk a lot about it. But I have, you know, stopped in at that channel because they were popping. And if you're gonna be popping in the news or on social media, of course I'm gonna click on it because what I do on social media is share content. I'm notorious for bringing awareness to channels, to subjects, to people, and sometimes calling to action when you need to. That was a damn weak snap. So you know which hand's popping, but don't sleep. Cause that little handicap one pop you real quick, you wouldn't know where hit ya. And you're gonna be like, woo wop. You're gonna be like, woo wop, kill my grandma. Like that little handicap hand. Oh shoot. It works. Yes, it does. So let's continue to listen. 60B, 73,000.5 subscribers. I hear ya. He's on his way to social
I didn't even
status.
answer. I called you first. When Royalty called me when I was at the hospital. Because she was like, it was like 4 hours late. You was already here. Remember? Then Royalty came, but Lexi was already here. So they said only one person at a time. So Royalty couldn't even get in, but she did try to see me. So shout out to Royalty, man. I mean, we might be beefing all the time, but she still came. She still came. She still came. No, because she tried to blame it on me, and I never blamed it on her. No one knew that. No one knew that.
Wait a minute. Now I'm thinking this is staged because if you have really been like shot like that one, I don't know. And I mean, he's up and about like, damn, a bullet ain't touched him. And I done been and seen some goddamn shot victims. You understand? They don't be up and running like that. They be like, damn, I'm fucked up. I got shot, yo. They be in the room in the hospital, you know. I think your name got to be on the list, or sometimes it's just family. And this is why I'm confused. Sometimes it's just family, you know what I mean? But now I'm thinking this is all drama. And if that's the case, well, I'm gonna be only involved with regular people on social media, like local things, like real local content creators, because I don't got time to be with the drama bullshit. You understand? This either you got injured or you didn't. It's like I don't need no entertainment on someone I really like. Okay, you creating a false narrative and putting stuff out there because I really like CJ So Cool, and you know it's very heartbreaking if someone who is not a like they're like a decent citizen, or they're not into like gang activity or shooting, putting up gang signs or claiming gangs and things like that, and not a violent person. Like, I wouldn't want that individual to get hurt. Now I would feel afraid as a citizen because now I know that everyone is, no one is safe. So, don't play with me, because sometimes the whole thing with entertainment, it really is acting. And the more convincing you are, the more believable you are. People going to believe, but you know, with social media, you want to entertain but also inform people. Thank you. You want to entertain but also inform people. Okay, thank you for watching, Louis Carr. You don't want to just be like putting false stories, disinformation, fake news out there. And I don't want to sit up here and be shedding my tears or rallying the troops and you're a damn fraud. What's wrong with you? Okay? So we're going to continue to listen to this.
No shout out to her. Respectfully, no, we're not gonna do that. Because as a woman, like, you should make sure the father of your children are okay and set your feelings aside towards his girlfriend and just make sure he's okay and not say, oh, it was that. Well, why ain't bitch?
Now you see Lexi?
Because she does talk like that.
Now I'm looking at Lexi, and I'm gonna let y'all see Lexi too, because Lexi don't appear like she on any drugs to me. Okay. This goes to show you my technology experience. I need to step it up. Okay, listen. Okay, Lexi do look like she old as shit though.
That's not cool. Yeah, that's not cool. Because
It's
even
the
I was
truth.
a little
And
sad.
I
I was
never
like,
even
bro, I
blamed it
just
on
got
her.
shot.
I would never even blame it on her. That's crazy how. Yeah.
According to the internet, I mean, y'all blaming a lot of people.
Nah, as y'all seen, CJ was trying to give Royalty credit for coming to the hospital to check up on him, but Lexi was not happy because Royalty called Lexi a B word. Now I don't know if Lexi and Royalty
They
have
look
something
good
going on that we
together.
don't know
Stop
about.
playing.
It's doomed too much because CJ so cool just
Horse
got shot.
royalty's
And you out here
jealous. Look
calling
at that
Lexi a
look
B
in her
word, trying to
eye.
start some more drama. Let the man rest. Let the man, have some peace. He just got
Nah,
shot.
that girl don't look
Lexi
like
gonna keep
nobody's
Royalty
goddamn meth or
shot. Y'all been
crackhead.
seeing the people Royalty's been messing with lately. They've been out here posting some suspicious Instagram posts. Lexi.
What did I tell y'all? Suspicious Instagram posts. Okay, Royalty got a black heart. She's looking at, and from my understanding, CJ So Cool is the one who pulled Royalty up. Okay, he brought Royalty and I believe her family with him. Okay, and then he had babies by her. How dare Royalty? Yeah, like I said, only black people hunt black people and go to their homes. White people go and hunt animals and they go to the woods. So that's how I feel, my own personal opinion. Remember, black is beautiful, or black and beautiful is correct. Moving forward. Okay, like come on. And we're gonna finish listening to pitiful ass Lexi. And CJ's like, she asked about me. She wanted to know, did the job get done? Shit, man, you better open your eyes. Cause let me tell you, bitches setting up people every day is real, baby. Okay. Now that I'm talking to you like your mama, like your sister, like the cool auntie in the hood. Oh, she ain't gonna hold no punches. She gonna keep it real with you. That's how I'm talking to you now. Okay? In that character form, auntie. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Don't be no fool, baby. Okay? Like this ain't no joke if this is real. But if it's not, like, this some goddamn good ass acting.
Wanted to open her mouth about you, Royalty. Lexi could do that. Lexi's not focused on drama. Lexi's just trying to make sure CJ's good. Some of y'all been saying CJ So Cool getting shot 4 times is fake. Just because he's doing okay does not mean the situation is fake. He got shot up in his leg. He did not get shot up in no life-threatening areas, so everybody needs
Okay,
to
I understand,
Royalty.
wait a minute. I understand he got shot in his legs and that organs, no organs were hit, no vital organs. I get it. You understand? But if you know anybody who got shot, they're not up and about like that. They're really reflecting because bullets travel. You might get some news like a bullet, they can't remove a bullet. That shit's painful. You got to learn how to do things back over. You are really immobile, if that's the word. You understand? You can't move. You can't be out here operating. You be like, oh my gosh, I can't walk. Somebody gotta wipe my ass. You really at the mercy of others. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even if it don't kill you. That's why we think this is fake. And it better be real. But again, it is social media. And if he haven't been shot, I'm cool with that. It some goddamn good acting skills. I prefer it to be acting than it to be true, even though you're a hella liar, but I could deal with that.
He should stop blaming Lexi and let the police do their job because eventually the truth will come out and we will know who's behind all this. So hopefully the people get caught very soon. But let me know down in the comment section what y'all think of this situation. But also before I go ahead and wrap up this video, everybody drop a prayer.
Well, I can't drop a prayer because I don't know the sincerity of the news. I just said, if you know people who have been shot, they're not up and out in like, yeah, like CJ so cool. They're just not operating like that real time. But moving forward, listen, I was watching Crime Daily News. Listen, I don't know if you realize, I want to Google some information. And the information I want to Google is what is the elderly number of homeless people? Because the next story I'm going to talk about is an elderly homeless woman who was killed. And I'm going to tell you, you never know what can make you homeless suddenly. And me still being in that position, but me also experiencing that, I can tell you there's a lot of variables, issues that can prevent you from getting housing. And the main one is eviction. Because in that case, you might have to, you could be freshly, newly evicted. And it's what's on your record and it's how long it stays on your record. Okay. But it's also savings is so important. First, last security. And even if you don't have first, last insecurity, at least you might have just first insecurity. Okay. So I want to just Google some statistical information, like how many elderly homeless people is it? And let's hear the number, the count. How many? I'm elderly. I'm up there. I'm trying to still hang in the game, though. I'm being informed and, up to date with things. But I'll be like a dinosaur on this texting. How many elderly homeless people? That's why the shelters and those places is good because that's how you get a roundabout number. The people that just go and apply for those services, you can get the data. They're unless they say other, then you won't know. And if they're not like filling out the data like accurately or misinformation or disinformation, but that's how you know it. It's important to fill out data because that's how your family find you too. All of those records, wherever you was, whoever whatever town you went into, whatever hotel, all of that is good tracing information, tracking information to find your people. Okay, so homeless in America, elderly people homeless in America. No, I need real information. 2023. Don't give me nothing like 2009. I need real time information. Don't play with me. That's why they be getting your numbers, getting money, because you are a statistic that says they need the services here. So I want some accurate information about how many elderly adults are there in America. Okay, so they say the U.S. is facing a graying of the homeless. By 2050, there are expected to be 95 million, no, 95,000 elders living without stable housing. I'm talking about now, damn it. Forget all of that projecting stuff. I'm talking about real time information. Okay. Because this is only giving me like 2017. I guess that's when the last data census was completed. How often is the census running ran? See, they're trying to give me. Let's see what the New York Times is saying. Okay, now this is still old information. Of course, there's an article that says older homeless people are at great risk of dying. Of course, they are. Do you think like the elderly can defend themselves? Their body be breaking down. They're at the mercy of other people. They don't even really want to like talk to you. They be nervous and scared. Like people be yelling and abusing them. It seems like you don't have to do much to an elderly person. You could just pinch them. Like if you pinch a little kid, if you're an abusive person to an elderly person, you don't have to do much. You understand? But like they don't be like rah brolic. No, they be scared in their elderly age, man. Homeless statistics in the US 2000, the state of homelessness in the US 2022. It's not giving me by like breakdowns. It's just like, giving it's not giving me like that. It's just giving me like percentage wise 0.2% of the American population lives in a state of homelessness. I don't understand all of that. The number of homelessness in the US is estimated at 552, 830,000 people. Give me how many homeless elderly people. And then they said homeless people have an average life expectancy of just 50 years. Right now, I must pray for them based upon this news, oh Lord. I hear what they say, Father God, but you are the giver and taker of life. So, Father God, I ask you to, you know what they need. Just help them, Lord, in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Because I hear what these people saying, but something's wrong. But I believe that because they're so neglected. They're so neglected, so neglected. Okay, so this is homeless demographics and disparities. Can I read that again? Yes, I can. Homeless demographics and disparities. Homeless affects population groups in different ways based on their gender, age, sexual information, race, etc. And that is true because I'm going to tell you, if you're homeless with an income and a car, you can live in the hotel. You can go hotel to hotel. But if you don't have any of that, then you have to go to the government shelter, stay on the street if you don't want to go there, sleep around to be in housing, all of that stuff. But anyways, I can't get a straight number on And there's a lot of young, older people too. Okay, so they said this: stats on homeless demographics reveal age disparities are a common occurrence on the street. Only 15.6% of homeless are aged 51 to 61. So if we had to round that number up, and I don't know even what that means, but 16% is still a high percentage. So my point is this: that's a lot of homeless people, yo. And there are no services out here for the homeless, despite everyone paying their taxes and government assistance. Although you get other government assistance, you must meet certain requirements, and a lot of people don't meet certain requirements. And then, you have the issues with housing, and that in itself just need to be restructured again, because it's not to benefit the elderly, the workers, or just people in general who needs housing. Rent is high as hell. Okay, they really need to do an overhaul of the homeless. Like, after Occupy 99, whatever those people was that came, that 1% that was like those people Occupy 99, they the one who gave people that idea that they can live outside. I mean, in the cities, in the streets, in tents. It was them. Because I never remember a swarm of homeless people. No offense, homeless people. But over here in Boston, they used to bring them to an island, and then that bridge like collapsed. It was like a rickety, rackety bridge. Like, oh my goodness, any day now it can fall and we're going to all die. It was really that serious. They closed it down, and it's been closed ever since the pandemic hit. It's so, it's just so, it's overwhelming. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna go now into the news story. Okay, and this is Crime Daily, Crime News Daily, I think. Crime News Daily. Crime Watch Daily, excuse me, Crime Watch Daily. So now, Miss Willis is this lady's, the story is about this lady named Miss Willis. Okay. Okay, I watched something, so it's gonna bring me to the videos and show me what I watched. I even shared it on my community post, okay? Bad moms, nah. I should have been ready, but I really wasn't, so I'm gonna keep going back to this recently uploaded. Elderly singer. Let me just go. This lady was she was 76. She was a singer back in the days, something Willis. And she hasn't getting no like recognition. Let me see. I gotta go into my like videos. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sad and that's so bad. And Royalty, she is so pretty, but Royalty's a hot ghetto mess. Okay. And she looked like, one of those females like ungrateful. All right. Stop playing with me. Let me go home and go into like videos. videos. I'll be having so many liked videos. It's like I really need to organize this. Okay, so home shorts. That's crazy. And we're gonna also talk about another story with Dr. Rashad Ritchie too. Okay. Did I share that? Oh, community post. Let me see. Community. Okay, so yes, let me go on to my community post. Thank God. So it says this article here we're about to listen to.
Comments, your emails, however you read.
It says this. This is from the True Crime Daily Show. This got 90,000 views. This was 2 weeks ago. This story aired. And this channel have 5.2 million views. And we know the lady because she's a well-known reporter and journalist. So we're going to listen to their perspective. But there's a young man bringing, awareness of this story. But this is an elderly woman who was once a singer. And I'll let them tell the story and we'll all listen in and I'll comment afterwards.
Because the murder victim was an elderly homeless woman, but that woman, who remained nameless to so many who walked by her or drove by her, was actually a soul singer from the 60s who recorded records in Hollywood with some very famous people. Her name was Betty Jane Willis, and at the age of 76, she was sexually assaulted and killed on New Year's Day of 2018. Though her alleged killer was caught practically in the act by police and arrested, this case has not yet gone to trial. There is one journalist.
So, as I said 2 weeks ago, they're airing this. The crime happened in 2017. Betty Jane Willis, who was a soul R&B soul singer. I'm gonna try to search like music she sang. Okay, and basically the person got caught in the act, the assailant, and he still haven't been charged with the crime or haven't been convicted of the crime, or I don't even think he went to court. We're going to continue to listen.
Been working tirelessly to focus attention on Betty's case and the lack of justice. Joseph Fenity is a journalist, an award-winning podcast host, and a documentary producer who has written extensively on Betty Willis and has an amazing article in LA Magazine. Welcome, Joseph. We are so happy that you're with us today.
Anna, I am so happy. And in that intro, you hit it right on the head when you said, this case, essentially this story, this Betty Willis case is not getting the spotlight and the attention and the justice it so deserves. So I got to thank you, and I know this is something that your audience can help amplify and spotlight. So I just got to thank you for having me on to talk about Betty.
I appreciate it. And, I always say to all of you that I try to read your comments, your emails, however you reach out. I can't always respond to everyone, but Joseph, you emailed me and you told me about this case, which I had not heard of. And I live in Southern California. And I read your article and I thought, wow, this is so fascinating. And we always, we want to make sure that we protect the underserved in our world, and they're always the most vulnerable. And this is a case of that. But I also think it's a case of so many of us have problems in our lives, and then sometimes you don't really see them. They become invisible. And the sadness of what happens when one of them becomes a crime victim, I think what makes this even more complicated is.
So what she said basically right there is that people have problems, meaning they fight with their family and their loved ones, and then they turn their backs on each other, and it become almost normal when you don't talk to your people. So when they come up missing, it doesn't matter because you didn't care to talk to them anyways. That's what she said.
Is the sense that we all,
the hate was bigger than the love. The hate was bigger than the love. They could not work out their situations, that her and her family could not work out their situation, that she fell under the radar until she became a victim.
Have a dream, and Betty got awfully close to her dream, and then maybe you'll be able to explain to us what happened and how she ended up on the streets and so vulnerable at that point.
It is the $1 million question. I think one thing that this story has taught me is right off the bat. I think one thing that I was able to finally, it kind of continued to open my mind about. You see that person on the street. You probably saw someone today on the street. There's nothing you can come up with in your mind that is accurate. You just don't know. Don't look at.
You just can't understand how someone's family abandoned them. I witnessed that. I bear witness to that. I experienced that. I cannot wrap my head around that myself. How you leave me in the streets and really don't give a fuck after we have some type of relationship. So, whatever I did to you, when it is my time to experience whatever my hardship, you can't assist me. Whatever I did to you can't be forgiven. When I didn't swept so much under the rug, so much water then went under the bridge, and you're holding my feet to the fire. Okay, that's what they're saying. Nonsense. Their hate is bigger than their love.
Someone and think that, this is, you just can't think that they're anything other than part of us and part of you, and a grandmother or an aunt or a daughter or mother
got
or son.
abandoned.
It's another person out there who has a mom, who has a dad.
You abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how I felt too. Rejected, getting so many no's. Like, I had to get away, I had to run. You abandoned me. And every day I was praying, like, Lord, please don't let me get killed. This guy said, what are you afraid of? This type of stuff. Because, too, I'm coming up on my elderlyism. I know I'm, a little up there and I look good for my age. Like, I don't look like my age. But the bottom line, real time, I'm becoming an elderly person too. But the difference is I'm going to keep my motherfucking switch, my 38, my 22, my car, my bat, my everything. God be a witness. If I can. Because the elderly people out here, they be getting attacked. That's why Charleston White said, I got something for you. I ain't gonna let them jump on me. Huh. What they say, they say, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You better talk that talk.
Who has a life, who has a story, and a past and a future, and you don't know how they ended up there.
Also, the other thing is, when you look at someone, you don't know their story. You don't know their story. You will never understand where they got to and how they got there. And the thing I find so interesting about this case is, as I've said, Joseph, it has not received a lot of coverage. And so I'm curious how this got on your radar in the first place.
Good question.
Yeah. Well, I've got a thing for kind of the untold story. I saw one of the second headlines coming in at the beginning of 2018, and it was, here in Southern California, where we both are, one of the local news headlines said, homeless woman murdered New Year's Day.
Wow.
That headline, within a matter of, I think, less than a week, within a few days, suddenly that headline had been enhanced, if you will, upgraded. I don't know a better way to put it. But suddenly it said, hey, by the way, that woman that we told you about, the homeless woman who was murdered, by the way, what a shocker. She has a history. She has a past. Again, like you said,
Wow.
just like all of us do. And this past,
And you see, that goes to show you right there. People is quick to dismiss you. And that's why I always say, and what he's saying, she has a past, meaning we all get a turn. We all come from somewhere. We are all somebody. We are all somebody. And when you start calling people objects and looking at them as if they are objects and not people, you start to dehumanize them and make them feel as if they're unacceptable to society just because you might have a fancy car or a nice paying job or can eat T-bone steaks and shit. Come on, man. That don't exempt you from being anything, because you know what? We all get a turn, believe that.
included recording music, being a soul singer, pressing, releasing several albums. So to answer your question, Anna, why did this get onto my radar? I was traveling to Detroit, and as we were landing in Detroit, the headline that I was rereading was the memorial service for Aretha Franklin was about to happen. And suddenly Betty flashed to my mind because I had seen Betty's story and Betty's face not long prior to that. And I thought, wait a minute, how does, here's one headline that says, the Queen of Soul, this global lightning rod, this woman who only needs one name. And here's Betty Willis, who,
They
isn't
treated
the
her
Queen of
like
Soul.
she was a nobody
But as we landed
because
there
she
in Detroit
didn't
and the Aretha Franklin Memorial was happening,
reach that
I was
status.
looking at these headlines and I was just going, okay, it goes back to that question, right? How do some people have all the luck? How do some people make it and shoot to the stars, And some other people can be just as unlucky. And that was kind of the case in most of Betty Willis's life and death.
And also it continues beyond her death because part of the problem is after all these years, this case is still stalled. And so justice, well, it hasn't quite been denied yet, but justice for sure
Hasn't been
delayed.
served.
I want to play a little clip from Betty's music because as part of your research and part of the reporting you've done, you've kind of really helped to spotlight music that isn't ordinarily available to people. So we're going to play a short clip for everyone.
Interesting.
This
I'm going
is
to go and
from
research the music
Act
after this.
Naturally.
Act Naturally.
I feel like those lyrics are so autobiographical.
She said, they are going to put me in a big mood. They are going to make a big star out of me. How many people was told that? And she ended up murdered, homeless and murdered. Well, homeless, forgotten about, and murdered. And decades later, we hear the same old bullshit like we hear and heard from the beginning of time. Goddamn Lucifer talking about promising people that they will live forever and surely thou will not die. They say gonna put me in a big movie. They gonna, change my status. Look at poor Takeoff. Okay? And you know what he said? How do some people make it to shoot to the stars and others end up homeless like Miss Betty? Because some of them die with the secrets of the things that they know will harm an individual trying to enter into the music industry. They honor the oath to the grave. And then some, like Miss Betty White, probably had morals and character and wasn't down with all of that mansion party stuff. And look what happened to her. Because God's people suffer. You got to make decisions out here. But you definitely going to be persecuted when you're trying to do the right thing. But now that I heard her song, I'm going to look for her music too. So let me start looking for the music so we can hear the rest of the song. Okay? Betty Willis. Poor lady. Rest in peace, Miss Betty Willis. Justice for Miss Betty Willis. If you want more on the story about Miss Betty Willis, you can always go to True Crime Daily. I look at a lot of their content. They're believable to me and definitely very informative. And if we want justice for Miss Betty Willis, because she was somebody's daughter, somebody's mother, somebody's something before she then ran down here to Hollywood like everybody else, okay? So let's find some of her music. Hold on. Betty Willis. Damn, another one bites the dust. And he said, Aretha's getting this big old ceremony. Yes, that's how it is, baby. When you're somebody, you get the big old ceremony. But you might be somebody to the world, but everything to God. You understand? Because, she might have been accepted in the kingdom of heaven. But let's find out what Miss Betty's song was because it was very interesting. Betty Willis. Can you imagine that? Oh, no, I can't. Some guy was raping her, man. That wasn't nice. She was an elderly woman and she didn't even look good. You can't tell me the devil ain't roaming this damn earth. That's so sad. She didn't even look good. Like, why would they do that to her? Her funeral only got 167 views. Take Your Heart. 9 years ago, she made a song. Let's go back. 14. Someday You'll Need My Love. Let's hear that one. Because she seemed like, when was that done? So let me just show you. This was 14 years ago. It was still on a 45 little record. I know y'all want to see my beautiful eyes. You like? Okay. So we can ready to listen to this song by Betty Willis. This lady was elderly. She was 76 years old, homeless, and she got murdered in the streets of California. And we want justice for her. Let's go. She's the who of the who's. I love her voice, very soulful. I wonder who she was singing that to. Unfortunately, she can't be found. I'm gonna like that video. Thank you. So I was just listening to short racks. Okay, I'm gonna subscribe Betty Willis. They're giving an honor to a lady who's now deceased. So she did another song. This was 9 years ago. ILMJXXX. 48,000 views this song got. Betty Willis, Take Your Heart. And they got her, I think, in a picture like in the like probably the early 50s. Like think of like Tennessee Chitlin Run. There's something going on that just ain't right. She's the cause of us being apart. So give me back my love, baby, and take your heart. Take your heart. She had a beautiful voice. There's no need to explain. It's plain to see. You took my love, said it to us part. So give me back my love, baby, and take your heart. Take your heart, take your heart, take your heart. You were mine only yesterday. I know they're going to copyright this because I pretty much let this song play through, but that was Betty Willis, Take Your Heart. And let me just show you her picture, real time, like what it looked like. What it looked like, you see, she didn't look like no crab bucket lady, you know. Think about Tennessee, like some of the movies you saw back in the days, or maybe this was a little bit more modern time, but you know, I would think I would compare Amy Winehouse to her, you know what I mean? To that voice style. Okay, so on that note, let's bring justice for this lady because they said her killer has not been convicted yet. It's been too damn long. 217, 18, 19, 20, 21. He must know some people in some high places. Because I don't even understand that. You abusing and killing and raping the elderly and you still ain't going to jail? What kind of Jeffrey Dahmer stuff is going on here? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Okay, so moving forward, now we're about to go to Dr. Rashad Ritchie. And this is the guy who did this to her. Look at him. Okay? That lady, she was pretty once upon a time, but that lady didn't have nothing to live for. I mean, let me explain that. She had life. Okay? So that lady didn't have nothing to lose her life for me. And she was just an elderly lady, probably happy to go up the street. You damn bum. Yes, let's demand justice. And he gets everything he deserved when he goes to prison. And I hope they do you the way you did her. Because that was my grandmother. I mean, she really wasn't, but that's how I feel. And you should feel like that too when you're a part of the community and our elders are out here living. Unfortunately, she was living in a poor state and condition, but she was 76. Come on, she endured a lot of stuff. How dare you do that to her? Huh. Okay, so moving forward, Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Now, this case, guys, you can always go to the indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. I like playing some of his videos too. So let me just get him, okay? But this video here is about a 27-year-old teacher who the police killed by tasing them. Okay? Come on. The guy was so petrified and so scared. He was like, "You're trying to George Floyd me." No, he wanted to go somewhere where it was a lot of lights and somewhere public because that's where he felt safe. He didn't feel safe in no closed off place, but they still killed him. They tased him on the ground with his hands cuffed behind his back. He ain't no damn animal. You treat an animal better than you do that. The man would, you got to come up with better procedures in handling people, man. You really do. Again, you don't never hear about no goddamn gang members talking about the police brutality. Why not? Why y'all ain't messing with these gang members, police? Huh? It's disgusting. Dr. Rashad Ritchie be reporting too. Okay, I think I gotta go. I gotta go back to my community board. I'm glad I be putting this stuff on my community board. Damn it! Justice for the teacher. So this was one day ago. 181,000 views. It says Black Father. Can we get it right, girl? Yes, we can. Black father. Teacher dies after cops tase him for several minutes. How many minutes do you think the police tased this man to get him under control? First of all, we're going to watch this video and then I'm going to comment and react to it, okay? Let's go. Let me just ask you something. Let me write the question down I want to ask, okay? So we're going to watch the video. And again, this is Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie, okay?
Just have a seat up against the wall there, okay? Have a seat against the wall. Have a seat against the wall here.
Everybody got to see me, sir.
Have a seat
I don't want
against
to be
the
in
wall
black.
over here.
I want people to see me.
Sure. Okay, you can sit right there then. If you want to be seen,
I don't
sit
wanna
right there.
I don't want to sit right
Sit right there if you want to have somebody see you. Come here. Come here.
Why was he acting like that?
Now, get down over there. Turn over on your stomach right now. Turn over on your stomach right now. Turn over. Turn over.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if that's a different
Get over on your
officer.
stomach.
Hold on. Okay, please. Please, sir, please don't turn
Why was he
Please
acting
don't
like
do this,
that?
sir. Please. Help me, please. You know what? Help me.
Okay. Right now, my issue is this: compliance. You was given a simple command and order. I'm not saying you justified for being tased to death. No, I'm not saying that because you disobeyed a command and order, you deserve to be tased to death. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, what the hell was you acting like that for? That was unnecessary. It was a simple command. If you are not guilty of anything, and for crying out loud, you are a teacher. You're the one who is supposed to know better. You are the one who is supposed to be rational. You're the one who is supposed to be calm and in control. but you're acting erratic. You're acting like you got something on you, to be quite honest. You're not following command. It's early. Was you under the influence, sir? Because you know what? Sometimes you got to learn a lesson when you try to shortcut things. If you know you was under the influence, deal with the punishment. If you feel like you violate whatever rules there are in life willingly and by admission, deal with the punishment. Deal with the consequences of you going against whatever it is that you didn't want to listen to. Because at the end of the day, brother, you're not supposed to be dead. But sometimes stupidity causes you to lose your life. And sometimes stupidity, or was that drugs? What was going on there that you did not listen, that you could not listen, that you would not listen? See, if I was on the jury, and I feel like I'm a part of the jury right now, I would be concerned about how it escalated, why you didn't listen. I understand your concerns, but that guy seemed like he was talking to him very calm and rational. It was the second guy that came up and was aggressive in his tone and giving his command with authority and, order, hey, lay down. They still allowed him to walk in the streets. Let's continue to listen. I'm not saying he deserved to be tased to death. Let's get that clear. But I'm saying a lot of this could have been prevented. I'm tired of these goddamn people doing this stupid shit and then saying, help me.
Keenan, relax.
Right. Why wasn't he calm?
Help! They're trying to kill me. Hey, stop! I'm gonna tase you. Stop! I'm gonna tase you. I'm gonna tase you. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Turn over. Turn over. I'm gonna tase you.
He had to be on some type of drugs. He must have knew that the shadow of death was on him. It was just coming this way. Because before they was tasing him, he was calm.
Stop it. Stop it. I'm gonna tase you.
This is so heartbreaking and dramatic. Shout out to Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Yeah, this is a warning.
Okay, stop it. I'm gonna tase you.
Not for the faint-hearted.
Stop resisting. Please stop resisting. Please. I'm gonna tase him. I'm gonna tase him. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me. Stop it.
Unfortunately, they did kill him.
Stop it.
Okay, we're going to stop right there. And I'm about to break this down. I want to know because they tased him like 5 times and they held it to his skin. So let's find out how many voltage is a taser, police taser, okay? And the reason I'm not really like sympathetic for the brother, because let me tell you, the police pulled me over. I was like headed to the boondocks. And my transition went very well. They was like, don't you want to know why you was pulled over, miss? Yes. I was riding in the left lane. They gave me a ticket. Well, they didn't give me no ticket, but they gave me a warning, $110. That's what that ticket would have cost. Okay. And I'm like, okay. But I was like, thank God I wasn't smoking weed. I wasn't transporting drugs. My registration was straight. My insurance was straight. I believe they was behind me for a very long time. I was like, yeah, word, the stadies behind me, but shit, I didn't know I was in the wrong lane. God damn it, 2 sour apples, damn it. So I was on my 2 sour apple moment, okay. But okay, so now we're looking for how many votes is in a taser. That goddamn man made me angry. Remember me. Remember me. 'Cause all I seem to do is hurt me. Hurt me. Lord, deliver me. Deliver me. Mm, 50,000 votes. 5 times up close. Like, and you laying on the ground with your hands in the back, you handcuffed on. I wonder how much more voltage was it with the handcuffs on. Now, and that don't mean the voltage increase, but this is where the public should question, why did he get tased if he was already detained with handcuffs? What law did he break? If he was resisting arrest, the video footage that we saw, at that point, he was on the ground, on his belly, face down. An officer apprehended him on top of him, handcuffing him. All he was doing at that point really was saying that y'all was trying to kill him. Now, if I was on the jury, that is what I hear, and this is what I see. Period. I got a big mouth. I'm sorry. I'm really not, but I am loud right now. So people gotta stop being so quick to date motherfuckers they don't know, and some they do know. There's a wicked agenda going on this earth. It is a wicked agenda happening on this earth. Y'all better get them goddamn portable bats so you can be like, click, 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 get say back, you damn devil. Get out of here. I'm gonna beat you and be calling on Jesus and the Holy Ghost too. Let that bat be that Holy Ghost water. I'm gonna beat you down, devil. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching.